Hey guys, what's up? Kaiser here, coming at you with the Dark World deck profile for the new format. Tier limits finally did. Sprites hit a lot, so the deck has a lot less competition. I was already winning at locals with it beforehand, but now it's even better with the competition gone, and people should be playing less Bestials because tier limit's gone, so there's not as much reason. So I think the deck is in a good position. Kashira might be a little bit of trouble, but we'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, let's get into it. First off, we have 3 Grapha Dragon Overlord of the Dark World. I think you need to play 3 of him. He's your boss monster, kind of. He destroys cards, so you can use him to clear boards. He also returns Dark World monsters you control to your hand, which has a lot of implications with keeping up card advantage and keeping the game playing. I wouldn't play any less than 3. You just want to see him. Next, we have 3 Rainbow. Rainbow, kind of similar to Grapha, but instead of removal, he searches the Grapha and the Silva. Also play as a 3 of, also bounces your Dark Worlds to use them again. Speaking of which, we have Silva, just 1 copy. So Silva, you use him while you're making your plays on your turn in order to generate card advantage by discarding him to effects, summoning him from the grave, and then bouncing him to the hand with either Rainbow or Grapha. In addition, you want him in your hand for your end board in order to discard with the Fusion Monster's effect. However, I don't like to play more than 1 because it's bricky, and leaning into it too hard can just end up making you lose the game to hand traps. So yeah, like it at 1, wouldn't play more than 1, because it's really searchable. Next, we have 3 Snow. Snow is your searcher, play 3, don't play any less than 3. Yeah. And then we have 3 Genta. Some people I've seen play less than 3. I would not play less than 3. He searches your field spell, which is how you make your plays. And there's some really nice plays you can do with him, where you discard him, get the field spell, activate the field spell, banish him, discard Rainbow or Grapha, summon Genta back from banished, bounce Genta to hand to summon the one in graveyard, and then you can use his effect again to get a second field spell. So yeah, he's really good. Do not play less than 3 in my opinion. Next, we have 1 Beige. He's another monster that can just summon himself. I like having a split between the level 4 and the level 5, so that if I need to go into a rank 4, I have that more easily available. Next, we have 3 Brow. Draw power. Don't think there's much that needs to be said about him. So yeah. Now, on to the dangers. We have 2 Danger Bigfoot. I like him at 2 right now. He can go in the rank 8s, but I don't need him to do that. He's mostly there for clearing boards. You can discard him off the fusion spell in order to help clear boards easier. Is really good against Kashira because even if he is discarded and banished, he still triggers because the dangers do not need to go to the graveyard in order to use their effects. So yeah. Next we have 3 Nessie. Nessie's your searcher. Don't think you should play any less than 3 of it. We have 3 Mothman. I'm so happy tier limit is gone because now I can activate this card without just losing the game. So Mothman is a level 4, so it makes rank 4 plays really easy. It also has a really good effect. It's a Dark World Dealings. Well, not ideal, obviously, if you're discarding it. Sometimes it can come in clutch and save you. So yeah. Next we have 2 Chupacabra. I wouldn't play less. I wouldn't play more than 2. I like it at 2. Makes rank 4, so it's pretty good. And also is a fiend for your fiend-related purposes, like the field spell. But generally speaking, if you play 3, you open it, and playing more than 2 of the ones that you don't want to have multiples to discard is not great, because it makes it a high chance that you'll open 2 of it, and then you have a higher chance of whiffing. So yeah. Then next, we just have Tsuchinoko and Jackalope. These are just to flood the board and make plays with. If Jackalope ever goes up, I'd play 2 Jackalope and cut the Tsuchinoko, because Tsuchinoko isn't like that needed in this deck. But yeah. And then finally, we have 2 Salamander Catalyzer and 1 Blackwing Zephyros. Catalyzer is insane. It's a danger where you get to choose. It's a level 4. And in battle phase, you can add it back to your hand when a monster is destroyed involving a fiend monster. So that can come up a lot in helping recover. Zephyros can bounce your field spell, level 4 to make rank 4s, yeah. On the spells, we have 3 gates. I've seen this played at 2, don't really like it at 2. You want to open it, you want to be able to search it. Yeah, just, it's kind of needed. Then we have 2 fusion spell. I've seen people play this at 1. I like it at 2. It's really good to open it. You just don't want to open multiples, really. If it gets banished, you need to have another copy to go into. Even if you're out of Graphas, it's just really good for adding back to your hand to discard a card of your choice. A Dark World card, specifically. And lastly, for consistency, we have 3 Allure of Darkness. I just think this is the best choice for the deck. I think Trade-In is really bad. It doesn't trigger anything. It makes you lose to things like Ash, and it's kind of specific. Whereas Allure has a little bit of upside, where if you banish Gento with it, Genta can summon itself if you have a Dark World on field. So you can just activate the field spell if you have it in hand. Activate Allure, banish Genta. Genta will trigger. Moving on to the extra deck. We have 2 Grapha Dragon Overlord. Might try and find space for a 3rd, but I think 2 is enough. He's your boss monster. One thing that's relevant about having 2, and why I definitely never play 1. So for first off, the floating effect to summon Grapha is not once per turn. So if your opponent plays something like a Raigeki trying to bait you to negate, you can just let them destroy it, use its effect to summon back Grapha. They lose out on a card because it forces both players to discard, and then you get to summon a new one with your set Quick Play Fusion. So yeah, that's it for the fusions. Not really any other relevant Fiend fusions to play. So we're going to go to the XYZs. First off, the Abyss Dweller. Not as needed with Tyrgon, but it's still just a really nice card to have in the extra deck. With Baguska, Plan B. Fun fact, this is a copy that I borrowed from Intoma like 3 months ago, and I keep forgetting to give back to him, and he's lost multiple times at locals because he doesn't have it. So, sorry. Finally, with Degars, this is the best Dark World card, even though it's not one. The D-Draw effect, really broken, don't really explain it much. The losing out on your draw effect doesn't matter. The Summon from Grave effect can come up, where you can summon like a Snow from Grave and then bounce it to hand, things like that. And the attack boosting effect has rarely been used to OTK where I wouldn't be able to otherwise. And finally, we have rank 8s, the 2 negate rank 8s. Hope Harbinger is really nice because if you make Appaloosa, which you'll see coming up in a second, you can use him to change attacks that would swing over the Appaloosa to him. So that's just really good. Moving on to links, we have IP Masquerena. Good for clearing monsters off your board to clear up space, and just generally good to make to either leave on field to make a play on your opponent's turn, or to make an indestructible Appaloosa. Then we have Nightmare Phoenix. I just like having it in there for removal for Floodgates. And then we have Muckraker from the Underworld. She's super good for recovery. You can, if you're stopped in your turn, or if it's the next turn and you need to make like recoveries, you can use her effect, summon something like Snow or Brow from Grave, bounce it to hand with one of the bigger Dark Worlds, and then discard it to get its effect off. So yeah, it's just really nice. Then for link 3s, we just have Nightmare Unicorn. I just like to have it to shuffle cards that can't be destroyed by card effect away, and also to link that off into the link 4s, Axis Code Talker. Don't really need it that much in this deck, but it's still just a massive body that just wins out of nowhere. Then we have Saryuja. This used to be a Curious, but that's banned. This helps you when you just have a bunch of monsters on board, but you have nothing good in your hand, and you're just kind of stuck. It lets you get a new hand and play from there. Then we have Appaloosa, Bow of the Goddess. Kind of standard, just negation body. Really good at just making space on board. For the last link, we have Underworld Goddess. I would not cut her. She's so good. You're playing against like a negate board. You're just activating dangers, getting stuff on board. Your opponent's not going to negate them because they do nothing. You get 3 of them on board, link off an opponent's link 2, negate their entire board. It's just really, really good for breaking boards. So yeah, that's about it. If you guys want to see gameplay or something, maybe leave a comment, and Toma might harass me to record some for you. See ya.